Hey guys, we are back for another week. Welcome to the Curve. So glad you guys are joining us. I am so glad to be back for another week around the amazing table with our co hosts extraordinaires.
Hey, I'm Melissa.
I'm Tony G. Campbell.
And of course, it's your girl Shannon Deneen. And before we get started, of course,
You can reach me at Tony, the letter G, Campbell on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
And you can find me at Missy W1913 on all the tags.
know all the
Yeah,
tags.
all the tags.
And of course, you can hit me at Shannon Deneen. Also, go to my website, shannondeneen.com. And of course, as always, please make sure you are following us on YouTube, on the Curve site on YouTube, and also on Facebook.
Yay.
Yes. How was everybody's week?
It's been a real good week.
We starting off.
Yeah, we're starting off.
We,
We're starting off great.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to jump right on into the hot topics. Yesterday was the big game. Dun, dun,
It
dun.
was. Dum, dum, dum.
Why you looking like that, miss?
Because I wasn't watching it.
You didn't watch the game.
No, I'm standing with Cap.
Hey, we got some
I'm
people
standing
still
with Cap.
protesting. We still standing with Cap. Hey. Well, I'm gonna tell the truth. I went to a party and I didn't really see much of the game. I didn't like. I went.
See, I was debating. I was torn. I was like, okay, can I protest and go to a Super Bowl party? Like, I don't know. Like, what should I do?
It was playing.
I was about to say, I watched the whole thing.
Uh-huh.
Sitting in my bed with my son who kept asking me who were we rooting for. Because
Oh.
he knows we're Eagles. Go Eagles.
Uh,
But he knew, he's like, they're not playing. Who we rooting for, mama? And the reason I was like, I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl employs too many black people for me not to support it. I mean,
get
I'm
that.
just like,
I get
That's
that.
the whole
I
reason.
can't. Yeah.
That's the whole reason why I didn't watch it. Because they employ too many people to not stand against what's happening to our community as well as to the players that they employ.
But if you would have watched it, I don't know who organized it this year. I don't know if it's somebody different than any other year. I felt like they tried to do like inclusion. They tried to do one love. They tried to do unity. I felt that throughout the whole thing, from the commercials to even
But this is
Maroon
the
5 and their
53rd
whack.
one. This is like the 53rd Super Bowl. So
I
you
know,
won't
but-
include me now
No.
after 53 years.
So here's
No,
what-
I think they were trying to offer an olive branch. Like, we're trying to do something different. And it's like if we don't ever allow people to actually try and do something different and keep holding them to what they used to do, then nothing's ever going to change.
You're not wrong. I just feel like for me, the Super Bowl was it is exactly what happens when you try too hard. It gets boring and stale. Like the whole thing was stale to me. Like I couldn't. The commercials were stale. The
like
halftime
them.
show. And here's the thing: I adore Adam Levine. I think he is a fantastic performer,
Yeah.
and he is. And that listen, he is improving with age, honey.
Yes.
He is. Just, he
But I
is.
used to look
He
at,
is
I
good
did watch
to-
him on YouTube today.
Yeah, girl, he's
I
good to
watched
look
him
at
on
that Adam
YouTube today.
Levine. I
That
like him.
stadium
Yeah.
is too big for him. His voice is not. He
He
needs to
just-
be at the Tabernacle or something. His
Not
voice
the
is.
Tabernacle, Maroon 5.
Oh Lord
No,
Jesus!
because his voice is not bold enough. It cannot carry. I couldn't hardly hear
But
him.
neither
The
is
only-
Janet Jackson, and they let her do it.
And
Well,
She
I mean,
whispers
because
things.
it's open.
She whispers
I
things.
don't know about all that. But see, she was with JT, and that was that whole thing.
She whispers things.
But
Good
see,
night,
I don't
you're
think
old.
that was a good
Done.
one either. The best ones were Beyonce,
Uh-huh.
Prince,
Yeah.
Yep.
and what's that little boy name?
Who?
You know.
Dancing like this?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
No, you know who I'm
Justin
talking about.
Timberlake?
No, the one with the full-on band. He has a live band.
Michael Bublé?
No, he's the
Who
little.
is
He's not. He's Hawaiian, I think. I don't want to
Oh,
say.
Bruno Mars.
Yes, him. Why
Yes.
can't I remember his
He was
name?
good.
You ain't been
He
out
was
for a
good.
while,
He
Bruno. I
sings
need you
now.
to come
He
back with some more
sings.
music.
Yeah.
He gives us a whole show, but
Yes,
this,
he gets. See, those are entertain. That's what I need. I need someone who gives you the whole thing. Prince ain't gonna leave you. You can pay $25 to see Prince, and he will still give you the whole show. Beyonce is gonna give you the
She's
whole
gonna bring all
show.
her dancers.
Bruno is gonna give you the whole show. I don't know what they did last night.
Well,
What you feeling, friend?
I still felt some type of way. I felt some type of way about this whole, you know how they knocked down not just one, but several murals around the city.
Right on down.
The NFL money, they knocked them down. You know,
Mhm.
Atlanta has stood with Cap, and it's been visible in some of our most historic and significant communities that
Absolutely.
are around the stadium.
And they were
And
like,
they
no,
were
thank you.
bulldozed down days before the Super Bowl. So that left a bad taste in my mouth.
Mhm.
The fact that it took last Monday and last Tuesday, Wednesday, it took me 2 hours to pick my child up from school. So I
Mm.
had an attitude about that whole little downtown. I know
Yeah.
people posted the memes about,
Yeah.
it's coming. No, but you're in a different mindset when your commute is usually 45 minutes. And now it's 2 hours.
Listen.
And then
That's
let's
why I
talk
say,
about these
a million,
strippers.
million people
The
in
strippers
the
got
city.
paid this
But
weekend.
I know, but okay, but
They
see,
got
this
paid.
is what this is
They
what,
won.
This is
The
what
strippers
because they
won.
probably can retire from all the money that Diddy. See,
The
some of these
strippers
people
won.
that's speaking about this whole black excellence and this is what we need to do for our community and I love you, Queen. But
On the flip side.
on the flip side of it, you throwing money at her and she crawling across the ceiling. You know what I mean? All that money that you put into Magic City, you could have made some magic happen over in Vine City.
Come on now.
True.
You better preach a word.
Now I understand that, but I'm pretty sure they're like, it's not our responsibility to. It's like we expect superstars and just people because they have money to go in and pick up a community and make it better when they didn't even ask to do that.
Well, that's not my expectation. My expectation is when you promote. I follow Diddy on Instagram, so he is constantly promoting black excellence. This is what, and I know people are gonna say, well, he started school in Harlem and he did it. I'm just saying you can't stand me personally. You can't stand and say, I rock with you, Queen, and you are Mother Earth, and I love you so much, and this is what you're doing. And then, some of the things that, in my opinion, that you're doing is not really saying that I'm really rocking with you. Like, I just feel like, and I don't have anything against strip clubs.
Strippers can't be queen of the earth.
No, I'm not saying they can't be, but some of that money that you threw out to get to Magic City, you drove in 3 impoverished neighborhoods, past 3 schools, and I'm not asking you to clean up that whole community, but I'm sure it's some little kids that needed a new coat, new something that you could have stopped by and say, hey, take this, give them some of that money because if you follow them on Instagram the whole weekend, it was all over.
But here's the thing: they also have to be celebrities, and in some cases, unfortunately, because I agree with you about certain portions of that, but unfortunately, as celebrities, they still have a lifestyle that they have to show on Instagram and maintain, so that they maintain their celebrity, so that they can build a school in Harlem. Because if they don't have anybody following that lifestyle, then they can't continue to make money, and if they're not making money, they can't feed back into our communities.
And I will let you know, my church actually, we put a lot of work into the Vine City and West End areas. That is our area. Every year we give over 1,000 backpacks to those kids. We give coats and stuff. We sow a lot into that community. We've done it for the last 6 years. So it's like.
But here's the problem I also see in even that thought process, and I've been thinking a lot about this as I think about my own direct service. So it is wonderful. I'm a part of a lot of organizations that do bikes and backpacks and back to school supplies, and those are necessary items. Like, those are incredibly important to the children of that community. But when do we get to a point where, as organizations, we stop doing sustain themselves? I think
we
that's,
try and do that. We
I
have
think
classes
that's
on that too.
but
about
I
doing
my
think
thing,
that's
I
where the
think that's
celebrity.
great.
I think
Right.
that's where the celebrity has
Right.
the opportunity to step in.
action.
But a Ti
Ti
should,
would.
and a big boy should,
But
and
here's the okay. So but here's my thing. This is the accountability piece.
a Killer
If when
Mike
you
is.
when you come okay, if you are and I don't know if I can plug this, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell people
Tell
if
the
you
people.
need to watch Killer Mike on the Breakfast
You
Club,
absolutely
you
do.
have to watch
You
that.
should.
It will blow
Change your mind.
The thing about it is, if you come to my city, you're coming to my city for this huge party for a week, because that's basically what the Super Bowl was. The least that I can ask you to do is to sow into some of these kids. Not to say that you have to. And maybe, okay, so maybe I'm going with my mindset in, again, y'all know what I'm going to say, and being from Flint.
Hmm.
Like, Beyonce came to Detroit. All of the ticket sales from her Detroit show went to the city of Flint. Like, she and Jay-Z came to the city. Russell Simmons, same thing. And it was more than, like, how can you drive past and don't, like, turn a blind eye? That's kind of what I see. Because to get to
Because
Magic
it's
But
City,
see, I don't
dark
think
and
that
their
they.
windows
I
are
don't.
tinted.
I don't know if that's exactly what happened. I know that there are. Um, I know that there were pushes for community input from
mm-hmm.
celebrities all over. I don't know if Diddy was the one doing it. I don't know, but I do know that lots of celebrities have come to the city and have invested in the city and did so during Super Bowl.
Well, maybe
Lots
let me
of them,
say,
cause
I'm not going to point the finger
yeah,
because I didn't see it. So
lots
that's
of
what I'm
them
saying, my personal
also
feelings.
also donated and committed to the sex trafficking cause.
Okay.
Like
Yes.
lots of them were
Yes. I
involved
saw
in
that.
that and creating awareness and bringing advocacy to that
Absolutely.
to that
Absolutely.
issue. So that I greatly appreciated because of course for those of you who do not know, Atlanta is the fourth largest city in the United States of
Yes.
America for sex
Sex trafficking.
trafficking, and it was even huger when the Super Bowl
Did
was
you see
here.
all the people that got caught with Uber?
Oh yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah.
ma'am. Yes, yeah.
We had
Come on.
28 different counties
Absolutely.
represented in law enforcement
Yeah.
and security.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was amazing. Can I ask y'all something?
Yeah.
Because I'm just to put
They
a
weren't
spin
playing
on it.
games.
I just want to know. I just
Ask the
since we're
question,
talking
friend.
about trafficking and some of the stuff that went on, how did you all feel about this whole domestic violence situation that happened with Bow Wow?
Listen.
Just quick, just real quick, just real quick.
Okay, so let me tell you. I heard two different stories. I heard that she was the aggressor.
Mhm.
I heard that she was the one who scratched him and that
Mhm.
he
Hit him with the
did
lamp.
hit him with
he
the
had a lot
lamp
of scratches
and
on
that
his
he
face.
had all of the scratches on his face.
Mhm.
And then I heard that she was provoked.
Here's the thing. Okay, because I heard both of those.
I'm not
and
sure
I
what to
also,
believe
I
yet.
also the records and police reports and things because they had her blow or whatever
Hmm.
that she was inebriated.
Okay.
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 And that they couldn't tell who the aggressor was. I'm just going.
Say what you feel, friend.
I'm gonna say what I feel.
Say what you feel.
So if you've ever dealt with, and I love them all, but if you've ever dealt with the Pisces, Jesus, that Pisces got a mouth on them that can go
Uh-huh.
with the best of them.
Uh-huh.
And
Is he a Pisces or
yes,
she?
he is.
Okay. All
He
right.
is. But you gotta have enough restraint on yourself. No matter, and this is just how I feel. People can say whatever they want, and I
Mhm.
know I am one to get highly irritated. However, you gotta know when to go. Like my mom used to say, you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Mhm.
And my thing is, it was wrong. They both had from the police reports. They had some minor injuries, both of them. But he looked like he got into a fight over at the Atlanta Zoo.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
and then he looked mad, like, dang.
Yeah, like it's coming out. It's
And
about to
then,
be.
oh,
Bow Wow has been clowned enough in life.
did you see the meme where they had from Players Club with Bernie Mac and the people? They had his mugshot, and then in the corner, like he was FaceTiming, they had Bernie Mac and the guy looking over at him, and I was like, I
I
feel
did
bad
not see that.
because it said he tried to walk away. He was trying to get away.
I'm
I
well.
was about to say, and if she went after him, she's way in the wrong. Because
Absolutely.
What
But
I
they both went to jail.
And I
Yeah.
don't necessarily agree with that because I don't think that that happens in most domestic violence situations. I feel like the police come if the woman is the one who says he
Mhm.
hit me,
They
they go to
take the
jail.
male.
Now, I don't
Male.
feel that should be any different for a woman. If you come at a man and you hit him and pop him and this, that, and the third, and you are the aggressor, you need to
You need
go
to
So
go
let
to
me help
to
you
jail.
with that.
So
jail.
why
So
did he
that's
go to
part
jail?
of what we're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a small little plug.
Okay.
With the Georgia's Women, excuse me, Policy Institute, we're working on a project with law enforcement on how to detect who was the primary aggressor.
Okay.
Because a lot of times when you don't know what's going on from the police, when they
Yeah.
arrive and they're looking and things are tore up, they don't know. A lot of times men may be all scratched up, but that doesn't mean he didn't do whatever to
Right.
her.
Right.
So the best thing that they do is they go ahead and just take them both. But see, here's the thing: in the
Mhm.
state of Georgia, say if he was at his house or the daughter is there, he is also going to get child endangerment charge.
Mm.
Like
But
it's more
but
than just domestic assault.
but
Okay.
why, if she attacked him in his house and she know the daughter is there, why is he getting charged for child endangerment? Because he couldn't stop crazy from attacking him.
Police don't know that. So when they arrive on the scene, they're just looking at the marks. So if I say Tony hit me, and then while we were doing whatever, you say no, here's the mark to show where she hit me. They're just like, okay, we're going to take both of them to jail because in so many cases, Georgia's a men's state, like a men's advocacy state. So in so many cases, they had where women were the aggressors in situations that alleged were similar to this one, and they took the man to jail because she said he hit me first. So now they've leveled it all out, and because officers don't have that type of time and training, rather, they just take both of them to jail and y'all let the judge settle it. If both
Mm.
parties have marks or bruises, any marks or bruises, and that is one of the reasons why you have so many women that are dropping the charges, because now men are saying, hey, she hit me too, and she might have been innocent, so charges are dropped. Yeah.
I was about to
Oh.
say, can we just stop lying? Like, just
I
I
tell
mean,
the
it'd
in a
be
truth
perfect
about
nice
what
world.
in a
happened.
perfect
In a
world, but if
perfect
you don't
world.
want to go to jail and you know good and well you hit me first, that
Well,
you
first of
you
all,
might pop off
I'm
and be
not
like, no, you
hitting.
hit
But see,
me.
I
I'm
feel
not
bad for
hitting
Bow Wow. I
nobody.
do because you know
Why?
what? Here's the thing. At the end of the day, and I was thinking about this.
I know.
I had to go back and look at some stuff because
How you don't
it's a
feel bad
very
for that
toxic
man?
I don't feel bad for
relationship.
Bow Wow.
It was a toxic
It was a
relationship.
toxic
And Jermaine
relationship.
Dupri,
I
the
need you
brat,
to
all these people tried to
I
tell him
need
to
you
stay
to
away from this
separate
girl.
your feelings for him for what happened in that on that
Come
day.
on, Tony.
Because just because you might not care for him as a
Thank
person,
you.
it was still wrong for her to attack
It was
him.
Absolutely.
absolutely wrong.
So why can't you
It
Because if
feel
was.
somebody
sorry for
attacked
that part?
Matthew like that,
Well,
Right.
well,
Exactly. You'll be the first one up
Right.
there trying to
Send
beat
it
her
on.
butt.
but Matthew also better not come to me talking about when we was about to fight and we were together. We was about to no. She need your bruise ought to be in the back of the head when you was walking away
I was
from
about to
from
say,
crazy,
he could be
trying to get
sitting
away
on
from
his
her.
couch playing his video game. He might be mouthing
But that's
off,
not what
but she
happened.
shouldn't. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I'm just
I'm just
saying.
looking at the picture.
She,
And I
she-
didn't know they clowning
exactly.
them.
Like
The
she
internet
just
is
went
taking no prisoners.
like that
Now,
man
she
has
should
to
not have done
heal.
that. She
that
has-
man and
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that she was right because she was in no way, shape, or form right for putting her hands on him.
I'ma
Because
need you
we
to stop
learned
hating
in
on Bow Wow now.
kindergarten that you need to keep your hands to what? Yourself.
But my grandmother used to say, if you
It's-
can pass
but
a lick, you better be ready to
You
take
better
one.
be ready to take
Exactly.
one.
I
So
believe that too.
I'm
If
not
you
saying she
froggy
was
and
right.
jump,
Here we
girl,
go.
you about
I'm
to get
not
beat
saying
up.
she was right. I don't feel.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just had to
I
throw
don't
that out
feel-
there since we were talking about the Super Bowl. But the halftime show, I liked it just because I'm a Maroon 5 fan.
As am I.
And
I
I
Maroon
like
5
I like
too,
Big
but
Boy.
As
I
am
don't-
I.
I didn't like
but I
it.
still felt like the show was whack.
It
it
was.
was whack.
I'm
the
telling
show
you,
was
his
whack.
voice is not powerful enough,
I
and
don't-
he has a nasty attitude.
I don't
He
even know.
does.
Well, I like Adam. Like I feel. I appreciate who he
listened
is.
to
I
this
just-
certain
I
radio
like it.
station when they were interviewing him, and I guess they were laughing a little bit too much or whatever. she asked him a question and he just hung up the phone on her. I'm like, that was just rude.
Ooh. Okay, I didn't hear that. Well, I will tell you what made me, because we got to move on to the next topic. But I will tell you what made me most upset about this Super Bowl. You are in a city. You are in a city that literally has musical geniuses everywhere. You pick Maroon 5, not from here. You and then you invite Big Boy for literally like half a bar.
But here's
That
the thing.
that just
Dated and Jermaine Dupri, and this is where my whole boycotting came in again.
hmm
Because instead of going and asking JD to who has assisted with Grammy shows,
curate,
BET shows,
curate, please.
and they gave him the free shows where
Yeah.
they had 50,000 people
Yeah.
in Centennial
Yeah.
Park.
Yeah.
And I mean, he said I would have had Usher, TLC,
We-
Outkast.
But they invited other people. They invited Cardi B. They invited
No, no,
No,
no.
from
I'm
Atlanta.
talking about you're
Cardi
in it.
lives in
No, no, no.
Atlanta?
No,
Cardi
born
is
and
not
bred.
from
But
Atlanta. My thing
maybe
is
not, but-
Cardi. My thing is you have Atlanta born and bred talent right here in the city who would have done the
Set
Super
it
Bowl
off for
But
for
I was about to
nothing.
say,
They
who, are you sure nobody turned it down? Because everybody was with Cap and not going to the Super Bowl and doing anything. So we
No,
probably
because they
didn't
did
get the
other
show
shows.
we
No, no,
needed
no.
They
They
because-
perform
for the
other
free
places.
show.
They perform for the free
Oh, I know,
shows.
because
And
Snoop
so-
was here. I mean, there was a whole lot of people
That's
here
what I'm
at their
saying.
parties, but because people were flipping and tripping about halftime at the Super Bowl,
It could have been that.
they
Well, no,
would
he's
not
had
show
this
up
for
and do
weeks.
that.
I mean, he's
Because
had
even
this for
Jay Z
months.
was like, no. I mean, a lot of people turned it down. A lot of great people who would have put on an
I mean, I
awesome
get that.
show turned it down.
I don't know if
I guess
agree with
Maroon
And
5
I-
needed a
that.
check,
don't
but
know
I
that.
wouldn't have.
Because all them people from Georgia was over in the free show with 50,000 people
Doing the
And
show.
so
But
doing
see,
it-
what
Oh.
I actually read was I don't even know if they really get paid to do the Super Bowl halftime
I
show.
don't know.
I don't know.
about that. I ain't talking about no Bitcoin.
You go.
They went and got Auntie Gladys because she needed the coin.
She needed the
Well,
coin.
I mean,
Stole all
she
them
may
Well-
have, but I think the halftime show. I'm not really sure because I've just read because I was reading up on Maroon and it said in there that they don't even get paid for that.
I
so
had
don't
another
even-
attitude about this. Y'all know how I feel about people with disabilities. I'm sorry. The deaf people. They done went, hired an interpreter, didn't even put the camera on the interpreter so the deaf people could enjoy the
Well,
national anthem or the halftime
Maybe
show.
they felt like it was gonna be one of those, like the lady. You remember
Hey,
the lady
don't
who was?
start. No.
You remember
Over
the
in
lady?
Africa doing all
The
that
lady who
jacked
was.
up stuff. And the hurricane.
You remember the lady who was interpreting for, and she
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
really
she was
interpreting words
nuts.
for
She
the.
was all
Yeah,
wrong
maybe
for
they
that.
didn't want that kind of
Okay.
situation.
Okay, I'm
But
sorry.
I
Well,
do
from-
I know we got to move on,
we
but I
got to
want to
move,
say
y'all.
yay to Chloe and
Oh,
is it
Hallie and Chloe.
and Chloe.
Mhm.
Y'all did a phenomenal job.
They did.
Y'all were amazing.
They sang.
More power to you.
They did
I've
that.
seen you do some other stuff, so I trust what they're
Yeah,
saying.
they did. They did that. Okay, from two wonderful young women who did a fantastic job to another one who is doing another fantastic job. We want to highlight it is Black History Month. And because it is Black History Month, we are going to continue highlighting fantastic, amazing Black women who are doing amazing, wonderful things. And our tonight's highlight is Miss Candace Mitchell. Now, if you don't know anything about Candace, let me tell you, she is a Georgia Tech graduate, and
Absolutely.
saying that I really do. As a Georgia graduate, I got to throw up a little
And
bit in my
shout
throat.
out, she's also a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority
Oh,
Incorporated.
well,
Yes,
go
she is.
ahead now. Go ahead.
My soror,
Yes,
yes.
all right, okay. But Candace Mitchell is the founder of Maya Vana. And Maya Vana is I actually heard her speak and she explained it. It's a, so you know how for ancestry DNA you spit in the little vial and then you send it off. Well, if you take a strand of your hair and send it to Candace at Maya Vana, Candace and her amazing team can analyze that hair and tell you
products.
what products work best
On your
for
hair.
your type of hair.
I might
She-
need to do that.
She says that Candace says that your hair is just as unique as your fingerprint, and that everybody should not be using the same products, and that because everyone should not be using the same products, and they're really prior to her wonderful invention, there really was no way for women to be able to tell like what do I have, should I be using products with more oil in them? Should I be using them with more this in them or that? So she has come up with a fantastic way to do that. And all you got to do is pluck your hair, put it in the little vial, and send it on off to Candace and the good people at My Ivana.
Now, what if you have like three different grades of hair? Because I promise you, my son, the youngest son, he had, especially when he was born, he had straight hair, Jewish hair, and black hair. And I don't even know where. I mean,
But that
I'm pretty
typically
sure we
happens when
got
they're
it.
babies. All the
Well,
little.
all
Okay,
right there.
he's
Uh-huh.
6.
I got
He about
Wakanda right
he about
here.
to turn 6, and he literally, if I let
The
his
part where
hair
that
grow
color
out,
ain't hidden.
I'm telling you, he got Jewish hair. He got some straight up hair, and then his. Well, I know where he get the color from because my hair, especially in the summertime, is like a light red. Like you can't. I have so much hair on my arms, you can't tell because it's either light red or blonde. I've never shaved a leg or an arm or nothing. So I'm like, I don't know where he gets the texture, and because my hair, I have no idea what products to put in it because it is so dry. It doesn't absorb
Well, I'm
anything.
sure if you
But
took
send
some
it to
pieces.
Candace.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
I
so
just found
sit
out
on
about
it.
her.
This
I
is
didn't
what
know
she
about
and I
her.
are actually going to get together and work on some other things.
Oh, okay.
Because shout out, y'all know I'm doing how to save Superwoman, and really for us. And one of the things after I complete my dissertation, one of the things that I really want to research with Black women is postpartum. You know, because there's a difference between mommy blues and postpartum depression, and those are things that we don't talk about. So what we did is we got together and we started talking, and they can actually detect a lot of these things from your hair because it's based on. She and I were talking. It's based on your hormone levels.
Oh.
So your hormone levels will be a little higher because I got with my OBGYN and we started talking about some things. And so your hormone levels will be a little higher when they should, just like, you know, when detecting pregnancy, is the HCG level?
Your
Those
HCG.
levels will be higher or lower. And so when you're coming down from after delivery, your hormones should be decreasing. However, with postpartum depression and different mental illnesses, the hormone levels are higher, and they can detect that in your hair. So
Now,
when I
could
tell
that-
you she's awesome,
Yeah,
I was gonna
she's
say,
incredibly
Can that
smart.
also be affected by your age?
age can be. I mean, it just depends on what. With us, I'm looking for something else. Like I'm looking for depressive signs in a woman after delivery, but I'm sure the same thing can be detected, like with what is it called? You know, when you have your personal summers, your own personal summer. Why am I drawing
Your
a blank? Menopause.
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 I was like, I know the personal
Yeah,
summer.
you can detect. There are so many things because you have to think when you go for a job, they can detect any type of drug use or
Yeah.
the medications that you take within your hair. But this is when I tell you, she's doing it.
She's
She's
listen.
doing it.
She did a wonderful. I
She's
went
doing
to a seminar called Empower Her, or
That's it.
yeah,
I
I
saw her.
went to a seminar called Empower Her and Heard Her Speak, and
She's phenomenal.
she is one of the most fantastic. She's very personable, but she's very smart, and you can tell it right off the bat.
Them
So,
deltas.
really,
deltas.
really, that's what we're
That's what
doing.
it is.
That's
Yeah,
what
'cause
we're
I'm
doing.
like, I'm not a
just-
Delta.
I'm
That's
gonna
that's
tell the
what we're
truth.
doing,
Just gonna
friend.
tell the truth.
Just
Well,
right
you was
there.
just shouting around.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I thought I would support you. Didn't we talk about supporting each other? I thought I'd support you, you know.
Well, Candace is quite amazing. So the question on the table, Tony says that she would definitely use a product like this. I have not yet, but I'm absolutely going to purchase a product. I'm going to send my sample in so that I can figure out what to do under these bundles that I keep buying. And listen, I appreciate my bundles. I like my bundles.
Listen.
Ain't nothing wrong with the bundles, but if you don't take care of the hair underneath
Mm-hmm.
the bundles, honey, you will end up bald. And that's not, my God said no. My God did not down the cross
No,
for
I
me
don't
to be
want
bald.
you. No.
That's not what.
And anybody, okay, let's say this
Uh-huh.
because that's something that's. I'm glad you brought that up, and I know you were just throwing it out there. But she also with who was that was telling me they had alopecia and the pieces that were there because sometimes your diet has a lot to do with it. And
Absolutely.
so she can tell you
Absolutely.
all of that stuff because she's a chemist by
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah.
So she can tell you if there's something that you're eating that's in your diet, you send it into her, she can tell you about it.
That's amazing.
Hmm.
I'm very excited. So she is our Black Woman of Excellence this week, and she's a wonderful entrepreneur. Please make sure you go and check her out. Check out her website, which is myavana. That's myavana.com. You want to do myavana.com and go ahead and get your sample over to her. We are going to take a very, very short commercial break, and we are going to be right back with more of the curve. Hey guys, we are back with more of the curve next. So, I was reading Forbes, as I often do, because
Come
I
on,
like
Forbes.
Forbes. I like Forbes as an entrepreneur. You have got to read Forbes. And I was reading an article that was talking about how women, and I think we talked about this a little bit last week, how Black women have started to become the population that is
Most growing entrepreneur
the
demographic.
fastest growing demographic for becoming entrepreneurs. And then I read another article. I read another article on Forbes that said this is both wonderful, but there are some things that we need to watch out for. And so, what it was talking about was the funding challenges that African American women are finding because they are growing their businesses, and that because we are the fastest growing population, we need to know how to get to the money. We need to know how to secure the bag so
Yeah.
that we can build these businesses. So the question on the table is: both of you ladies have businesses of your own. What have been your funding challenges, and in order to get your business off the ground, and what do you continue to need? Like, what do you need as an entrepreneur? Because I'm sure if we need it, somebody else out there needs it too.
Well, I'll start with me, and
Okay.
I don't have any problem with talking about my debt to income ratio.
Mhm.
As you all know, I'm in school
Mm.
pursuing my doctorate. Come on,
Mm.
y'all pray for me.
Who that student
That's
loan
right.
debt too,
So
honey.
I have a mortgage
Uh huh.
in student loans, like a nice size house,
Yeah.
like house around the corner. And so even though I have great credit, because this huge amount of money is still sitting there
Mhm.
and I'm still in school, that's been an issue for
Mhm.
me. That's
Mhm.
been an issue. So how I've tried to resolve this issue, I follow Budgetnista,
Mhm.
the student loan doctor on Instagram,
Mhm.
and really talking to her and following Budgetista on how to continue to increase my credit score
Yeah.
along with what's going on, understanding, because see, this is what I learned. I ain't gonna shout them out, but I'm just gonna say I went to a Shark Tank, had this really nice program,
You
and
can shout them out.
I can shout them out. Okay, so I went to a Damon John workshop,
Mhm.
and when I tell you they broke down how opening a business line of credit
Yeah.
and what that looks like for you, even when you have student loan debt, that really helped, lining things up as I'm pursuing and to graduate, prayerfully graduating this spring or summer, like having the ball already rolling.
Absolutely.
I deal with a guy, his name is Harper, Harper Lawson, and he helps me as far as with my credit as well as building my business line of credit.
Mhm.
Because at the same time, I'm just gonna be honest, I don't have time to keep up with my credit, see what's going on, manage the house, take care of the kid, and do all this other stuff. So I pay him to do
Amen.
it, and it's
Amen.
worth every penny.
Amen. Amen.
So that's how, and he gave me a projected date on, because I shared this with you all.
Mhm.
I have an adult popsicle line that I'm looking to launch within the next couple of months. Yes, you all. I'll tell you where to
Adult
find me.
popsicles.
It's an adult popsicle line.
Not for kids.
However, in order to be able to serve the masses, I'm gonna need extra funding.
Absolutely.
And for me, it was. I'm gonna be honest. It was raising my blood pressure up at night because I was thinking about how am I gonna get this money, and that means that I have to hurry up and finish this dissertation.
Mhm.
So it's a lot of pressure. I got to work. I got to write, hustle,
And raise this baby.
raise this. And I was thinking in my mind, real talk, why wasn't I down in Magic City this weekend? Like, that could have helped all of this.
Somebody- we
like,
could have got the first
I was about to
I
say,
really
girl.
feel like Michigan State 98 Missy could have clipped amateur night one of these nights, and they got a plus size night.
They got a plus
Baby,
size night,
I
honey.
could have won and just.
That probably was the best night.
That was the best
Listen,
night.
Listen,
They
but
were
I started
winning.
thinking about them old morals and
Come on,
values.
morals and values. They'll get you every time.
But yeah, that's what I've done. I have someone that I work with because in going to even when I went to the Damon John weekend, and I mean they set everything up. Like I have a business plan, I have marketing, all of that costs money.
Absolutely.
And I just don't have $35,000, $40,000, and they'll say, well, just go and ask your parents. My mom and them don't have the type of money that they just gonna give me.
Which
No.
is what the Forbes article was talking about explicitly, is that a lot of times other cultures have the opportunity to go and just hit their mama up for a loan. Well,
No.
listen, my mama is not, she gonna give me a loan for a lot of things. She gonna help me find childcare for my baby.
Yeah.
She gonna do a lot of things. What she's not doing
No.
is giving me $50,000 to invest in my business. And that's what's happening with a lot of black women around the country as they open smaller businesses. So the article was saying that the average business that a black woman owns makes between $44,000 to $65,000 a year. That is what it that's the gross.
That's the gross.
That's the gross amount. And that happens because black women are literally bootstrapping it. Like,
Well,
Yeah.
and then you think about our competition, because
Yeah.
I've been, okay, let me say this, not competition, but women
the
from
market.
other cultures.
The market.
Because I have been studying Sarah Blakely, but her story is just so different because
Yeah.
of the fact that when I study these women who are entrepreneurs that don't look like us, number one, they usually don't have children. And even watching them on Shark Tank, they're like, well, my husband worked, or I don't never see
Yeah.
a single mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
don't see a single mother with children. Usually they're stay-at-home moms, or either they're single and they went to their mom, or
Hmm.
when you and I'm not trying to be funny with
Yeah.
anybody, but when you single, like you got a lot of time. Like you can work
You
multiple
have
jobs.
time and you also have more disposable income.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to necessarily, you can take that money that you're going out to eat every night and you can take that and invest it into your business.
Yeah.
Versus when you have a kid and your mom, you're taking that money and divesting it and
Right.
diverting it into other places, namely your children.
Yep.
And but that being said, a lot of black women are still making it work and still making their businesses happen. So what I wanted to do, I thought would be a really wonderful thing, and Tony has printed out an amazing list.
Oh.
Yeah,
She
Tony
has
has
to remember.
printed out an amazing list.
How did you see that?
Because
No.
that's my job. Tony has printed out an amazing list, and there was another. There's an article on Fundera, which is a great website that you want to go to if you are a woman who is looking for ways to raise your capital, ways to find investors, ways to just kind of figure some of the money part out of business. Because a lot of times we focus on the marketing and we focus on the plan and we focus on, but we aren't as focused because we don't exactly know exactly what to do. We don't focus as much on the money side of things and the
Kickstart is
finance.
good too.
Kickstart is amazing. Kickstart is really good if you have an idea that you are that's a brand new idea that you're trying to sell to the masses and get people to buy into. Your Kickstart's amazing for that.
I will
But these
tell
are like
you.
grants and funds that I found on
Oh,
Fundera.
yeah, I'm gonna
Hmm.
say those, but I also wanna. She doesn't even know I'm gonna do this because I have a friend who her whole goal is to help moms. Um,
You know,
You mean
oh,
see what is the
I need
sisterhood
some-
mama
Yes!
today? What is the
No,
sister?
okay.
On the
What is
plate.
the
Comment-
sisterhood mama today?
You been
comment-
holding
no,
up.
no,
She been
this
holding
is
back.
coaching, and that's one thing that we don't get a lot of because later on when we talk about do we ever ask for help,
Mm.
we don't. And her
Now,
name
this is true.
her business is called Refreshed Moms,
Okay.
and she started this because she was a stay-at-home mom who homeschooled her kids and things like that, but she's like she still had the desire to do her business.
Yeah.
And her business is to help other moms get out there and get their business started, and she has all kind of awesome programs and stuff. She even has a lot of free stuff on Facebook. Her name is Deanna Mason, Refresh
Deanna.
Moms. Look her
Refresh
up
Mom.
on Facebook. She has a lot of phenomenal
And just know
information.
you about to get a phone call to see if you want to be a guest on the show, Deanna. Just
All
FYI.
right, Deanna, we might have to get you out here. But these are, and then I'll tell my story later because when I got married, before I got married, when I was a single mom, I was a single mom for 18 years. I did all those businesses, those Mary Kay's, selling
That's true.
body oil,
All
selling
the Tupperware parties. What was
yeah.
that? 35 bags or 31?
31 because it has to do with the Bible. But I've sold 31. So even like I got to the point where I got burnt out. It's like anytime anybody approached me with a business, I'm like, nope, I've done it all. I don't want to hear no more because I just got burnt out because a lot of that stuff, people really have to tell you the truth behind all those businesses. They were like, oh, girl, you just got to come to a meeting or two and it's all your business. It's not. And it takes you a lot away from your children. And I'm like, I'm a single mom. I can't be going to meetings 7 times a week. You know what I'm saying?
And as we have learned on Shark Tank, the margins are horrible.
Yeah.
The
Exactly.
I am
Exactly.
faithful to Shark Tank, and they can say whatever they want to say about Mr. Wonderful. He break the margins down.
Yes, he
'Cause
does.
If it costs you $8 and the people buying it for 20, you ain't making no money.
Your margins ain't
Your
good.
margins
Your
are
margins ain't
horrible.
good. This is something I learned
Listen.
from the prophet, who Marcus Lemonis is one of my favorite people on the whole planet. He is my brother in my head. The margin. Listen, if you ain't got these 50% margins, you ain't doing
And
it
see,
right. You
people
ain't doing
don't
it right.
understand that. So
Yeah.
after I got married, I worked for a year after I got married. And within that year, my committed goal was to pay off all our debt, and that's what I did.
Well, come on, Tom.
Now,
Because
come
I'm an
on, now,
accountant by trade. So if
Okay.
you look at and for the last 9, 10 years, we have been living off of one income. And
That's
now
how
we
you're
have,
supposed to live.
and
Come
we're
on now.
we have two extra children that we birthed it in late in our 40s.
That's all
And
right.
then it's like, but if you see my budget, and that's another thing with a lot of, I will say, black people, they don't want to live off of a budget.
No, that's
I
real.
have lots of
That's
friends,
accurate.
and
Yeah.
I tell, she's like, girl, how do you do it? I have a budget, and my husband knows I have it broken down to how much. Okay, this is our clothes budget for the year. This is our food budget for the year. This is our budget for traveling and stuff. I have it all broken down because that's just a gift that God gave me, Lord. And but I mean, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Budgets work, but people are like, oh, I can't be constrained to a budget. If you want to live beyond what you are living,
Yeah.
yes, you can.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that's an issue that we have. But let's get to the 11 best small business grants for women entrepreneurs.
Can we post those as well?
We
on
certainly
the
can.
Oh,
page?
yeah.
Absolutely. We'll post those on the website after the show's over.
Number 1, grants.gov.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, National Association for the Self-Employed Growth Grants. Number 3, Eileen Fisher Women Owned Business Grant Program. Number 4, Amber Grant. Number 5, Idea Cafe Grant.
Let me just say something about Idea Cafe. Idea Cafe is a wonderful grant for startups. If you are a startup and you are looking for money, Idea Cafe is wonderful for that.
Number 6, #GirlBoss
Also, Girl Boss.
Foundation Grant. Number 7, Cartier Women's Initiative Award. Number 8, grantsforwomen.org.
Also, a great place if you want just information about being an entrepreneur and information to push along and move along your small business.
Number 9, FedEx Small Business Grant.
And they give a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh,
they
I
give
might
a
have to try
lot
that.
of money.
But see, you gotta get the votes.
Yeah,
So once
yeah,
you
yeah.
make it to a certain level, it's about what the people want to see.
Yeah,
so people
yeah,
have
yeah.
to vote for you and things. But it's
Oh.
great.
It's
Where
still
are they
a
voting at?
online.
Online.
Oh,
They
okay.
go to the site.
Mm-hmm.
I got an idea. The number 10, the Halstead Grant.
Mhm.
And number 11, Open Meadows Foundation.
I encourage you to go check all of those out because again, they give every one of those grants gives different size loans. I know Idea Cafe is like $1,000. I think Girl Boss gives like 5 to 35,000. Yeah, come on, you're right. 5 to 35 based on the idea that you have, and they give several grants throughout the year. So I think that like if you are wherever you are in your stage of entrepreneurship, I think that would be an amazing website for you to just start looking for the money. Don't be out here doing this thing by yourself because entrepreneurship is hard enough.
Yes.
Having capital invested. Now, you also have to show in a lot of grants that you write, you also have to show what you're going to do with the money. You're going to have to show that you're a financially,
steward
yeah, a
of
good
your own
steward,
money.
financially responsible. You're going to have to show some things. So if you are not in a position to write grants right now, get started. Make sure that your books are right. Make sure that you are tracking your expenses and your income. Make sure that like your business is where it needs to be so that when you do have to write a grant and present a grant, it's really easy for you to say, okay, here's what my financials look like.
And there are grant writers out there if you need help because that's not everyone's gift. So there is someone who is gifted to write grants.
And there are also the nonprofits organization for women gives free grant writing classes.
Absolutely.
If you need grant, if you can't afford a person, because everybody can't, but if you can't afford a person, there are free grant writing classes. I suggest you get in them and get focused on making sure you get to the money.
The Civic Center for Innovation also has great workshops for small businesses. Okay, one more plug.
Okay.
Just one more plug.
Okay.
So if you watched Regina Sunshine show last week, you saw Tim Simpson was on here, and he's having
Yay, yay!
a vacation work
Ooh.
forum. So it's business and entrepreneur forum, and they're gonna have people discussing business training, web developers, health and wellness coaches,
Mm.
online advertising. And you remember he was the serial entrepreneur. So you can go on Instagram and follow him at Tim the
Vacation.
Motivator 9. And that's when he's really promoting entrepreneurship.
When is
So
the vacation?
it is
He took
April
that word
5th
and made it valuable.
to April 7th, and it will be in Hilton Head, South Carolina. April 5th to the
Yes.
7th. So look him up, Tim the Motivator 9. So, y'all know we got to have our sisterhood moment.
Ah, Cyber
It's that
Sisterhood
time,
moment.
sisterhood moment. So I want to know, how do you feel about asking for help? Is it okay? Because we're talking about entrepreneurship, and I want to know, how do you ladies feel? Like, tell the truth. Do you really ask for help when you need it?
Real talk, I struggle. I struggle. And here's the thing.
Why do you struggle? Tell that
I am a giver of help. So I'm always a person who's like, call me if you need me. Like, let me help you. How can I assist? Let me like get in your life and get all in your business, and we're gonna figure this thing out
She
together.
does. She
I
does.
absolutely will get all in your
and
mix
help you find yourself.
and help you find yourself, your life, your business, all of that. But I struggle because um and this is just, we're gonna have a
Okay.
real sisterhood moment at the table. I, a lot of times I feel like my needs are not important enough to warrant asking. So I might think, well, this is a small thing, so this isn't something that I need to bother somebody else with. This isn't something that deserves somebody else's time. um I don't want to be an imposition to people. I don't want to, and for me, I always feel like people are never being an imposition to me because I always have the desire to want to see my sisters do better, and my brothers too. Like, I always want to see you win. And so for me it's like, okay, well, what do we have to do to make whatever's going on in your world better? I always feel like, okay, I can handle whatever's going on in my world even if I can't sometimes. And so I struggle with the asking for help often because it feels like oftentimes others' problems and issues are bigger than mine. Like, I got this over here, but I need to help with what's going on over there because I got this right here.
Okay.
That's where I struggle.
Well, I would
Thank
say,
you for being so
Moment.
transparent, friend.
Sisterhood
Go ahead.
moment.
I would say I am definitely a promoter of asking for help. But as Shannon was talking, I realized that I don't ask for help because
See?
I am like Shannon. I am the ultimate friend, sister, mama. I'm going to be there anytime you need me. And no matter what's on my plate, yes, I have kids, we have businesses, I have a husband, I have a house to manage. I have a lot going on. But if you call me any time of day or night and you're going through something, I'm like, babe, I gotta go to such a house.
Yeah.
I'll be
Day or
back.
night.
I'll be back before
I've
you
been
go to
there.
work. You
'Cause
know
she
what I'm
pulled
saying?
her husband in the help too.
I sure
Yeah,
did.
so, I
Listen,
mean,
sure did, all the
we
time.
we are like just the ultimate. We give so much that by the time we need something, we're probably too drained to ask for help. I'm serious.
That's
I'm
accurate.
like, I
I
might
get
just be
that.
like, you know what? I just need a nap, and it'll be okay because it's not. And
A nap will make
and
it better.
then a nap will make it better. A nap and some tea and a blanket on the couch.
That's
just-
accurate.
That will make it better.
Listen,
Because
we're laughing because that's my struggle.
Missy has to come over to my house and be like, listen, I just need a nap. And I just need you to make sure my child gets whatever she needs. I just need to lay here and take a nap on your couch. Listen, that is a real sister moment.
Yeah.
But then she's like trying to clean up. And I don't even see what's
Yeah.
going on.
Now, that's
'cause
accurate.
I'm so tired.
Just
She-
need
I
a
could
nap.
care less.
About what's going on. Absolutely.
So,
That's
I want
true.
to leave us with this quote.
Okay.
Behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So remember, it's okay to ask for help.
It's okay.
It is.
It's
And it's
okay.
okay to
I
not
have
be
great
okay.
friends.
It's okay to
Yeah,
not be okay.
It's okay.
Now, what I will say is,
There we go.
oftentimes, I have sisters who help me when I don't ask. Like, they will just look at me and be like, this is what you need.
I need you to stop telling my business.
No, seriously. Like, I have sisters in my circle who will be like, "Oh, you need me to come get your child for the weekend. That's what you need. I do. Ooh, those are bags. You need rest." So, I do have. While I don't always ask for help, I have friends and loved ones in my life. Like, my friends are my family. So I have family in my life who will just see a need and make it happen.
Your village,
And
which is
my
very
village,
important.
your village is
You
super
have to
important.
have an awesome village. And I
Absolutely.
feel like we do. So,
This has
Fair.
been awesome, lady.
yes.
This has. We're going to take one more quick commercial break and we will be right back with more of The Curve. All right, guys, we are back. What an amazing show,
I
guys!
enjoyed it,
What an amazing
yes.
show. I do want to. We forgot to shout out our other co-hosts, Stony Love and Felicia Jordan. Felicia, hope that car gets fixed, girl. We got you though. We
Yes.
tried to
Them
hold it down
tires, them
for you.
tires.
We tried to hold it down for you, but we had an amazing show nonetheless.
And
And
we need to make sure that we get Felicia's website. So
Oh,
can,
yeah.
'cause let me tell you something. The outfits that Felicia has sold us.
okay,
Got me
listen.
some compliments. I had some people trying to be on my team.
Hey!
Looking in them curves.
Yay! Yes. Now listen, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. We're working on Felicia's website and getting it up. And when it's up and popping, y'all are gonna want
Yes.
these fashions. Okay, you're gonna want them because I too was rocking my outfit last night and got all the compliments. And I had to tell people, I'm married, boo. You can't, you can't talk to me like
Oh,
that.
God. Help a Lord.
So, but it was an amazing outfit, and so when Felicia gets her website up and popping, y'all, I cannot wait for y'all to see this. It's gonna be amazing. Anyway, love and light as always. Make sure you continue to win. Make sure that you remember that you are worthy and you are worth it. And don't forget to live life on the curve. We will see y'all next week.
Bye-bye.